Tri-5 Chevrolet, probably the most sainted and hallowed of the American 50s automobiles. Well, you know, if you have a good eye and a talent for design, you can make those iconic automobiles even more beautiful. The proof is right here. Hot Rods by Tucci, this amazing 1955 Chevy Nomad, a one-of-a-kind piece that's going to turn a lot of heads when it's finished. Mike Zarnock sat down with Dave Tucci to talk about all of the ins and outs and the incredible details on this machine. Check this out.
Hi everybody, I'm here with Dave Tucci Jr. from Tucci Hot Rods in Marcy, New York. How you doing, Dave?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good, man. Good to see you. I don't get to see you that much.
I know.
What's the project you got going on now? I mean, you got so many things.
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on right now. But right now, our 55 Nomad, it still looks like a 55 Nomad, but there is so many little things that we've changed between removing the roof completely, taking some of the high part of the roof out, but not chopping it at all, keeping the side windows.
So the height of the roof is still the same?
Stock height, yeah.
Now, what's different about the A-pillars, the windshield?
What we did is we took a 64 Impala windshield, and we basically, I went to the junkyard, found a 64 Impala, cut it in the middle of the firewall.
You know how many guys are going to be mad at you right now for saying that?
And then took all the way into about the middle of the door. We cut that all off, so I had the roof section, the A-pillars and everything. And then we grafted it into the body of the 55 once we had the roof off. Once we had the windshield done and we had a lot of the stuff laid out, the front fenders basically looked like they were uphill. So we took and cut the fenders right at the body line and took about an inch and a half out of the front of the fenders, kept the rear of the fenders the same height, kind of took a wedge section out of it.
So you did something with the rear of the, where the taillights are too, because they're not straight up anymore.
We took that taillight section, which just kind of makes it look like a fin, and then we took the fin portion of the 55, took the taillights, moved them forward, and tilted them forward.
Wow,
so
cool.
Just something, you know, just try to make it look a little bit different and a little more streamlined.
Really cool.
And then once we did the taillights, we had a deck lid to deal with, which on the 55s, on the Nomads, they have a tailgate and then a lift gate. Well,
2 pieces.
2 pieces, yeah. So we eliminated both of those pieces completely and made a whole tailgate or, you know, a lift gate, one piece.
Lift gate, like,
with the bottom
like a
section.
Magnum or something.
Right. And we actually used that Magnum idea because we took the top section of the lift gate and moved it into the roof.
I noticed that.
So when we open it, it actually has a bigger opening than the 55 ever had. And you know, we have those operating with gas shocks. And the customer that owns the car is Jim Alley from Profile Racing in St. Petersburg, Florida. He has a phenomenal CNC machine shop that he makes all his BMX bikes.
Is that where this grill came from?
Yeah, the grill.
This whole grill
the grill is all of our idea. We designed the whole thing here, and being he has the equipment to machine them out, we might as well use him to do them. So the uprights were made in a press brake, and they were flattened to a elliptical tubing shape.
Kind of like a wing of an airplane.
Yep, exactly. That's the aerospace type tubing that we used. And then the sidewards or the crossbars are also stainless, and those started out round, and we flattened them to make them oval. And you did those in your brake? And we did those all here, yeah. Okay. But it's still, we retained the 55 spacing, has all the 55 spacing, and put just a new motor.
And you used the original chrome?
Yep, original chrome. The directionals were all cut down to make them much thinner. The headlight bezels are stock replacement bezels. We used a new exciting lighting style.
I like that.
It's a true HID headlight, so it's going to be nice and bright.
Now, this is definitely not the original 265
no.
V8. What is that?
It's actually a 500 cubic inch Chevy, but we took and made it into a twin turbo.
Which here and here.
Twin turbo. We fabricated everything here in-house. Everything that connects to the turbos. The intercooler, that's a one-piece intercooler that feeds the throttle bodies and everything that were all made here. The sheet metal part, the actual throttle bodies and the design of those, we designed them, but they were made by a company, Full Throttle Engineering.
But this was your...
Yeah, we design everything in-house.
Cool.
But this motor is going to make 1,600 horse all day long.
1,600 horse.
Yep.
Wow. Out of 500 cubic inches.
Out of 500 cubic inches. And that's a drivable pump gas 1,600. That's what the turbos do, because the turbos aren't working. You're not making boost all the time. You know, when you want boost, you just load the motor and it starts to make boost. But otherwise, you have a, you know, a calm 700 horse Big Block Chevy that
just 700, you know,
that you can drive around.
Okay, then.